I've found that in anything, if you go deep enough, at the heart of it, you always find an inherent paradox, always. And, like Jiu-Jitsu is a great one. At the heart of it, the paradox is it's a paradox between yielding and advancing, always, right? Like, and like, am I gonna just sit on my ass and fucking eat Doritos and just be like, I'm enough, I don't need to like, no, like I'm not gonna do that. But now I move forward knowing that like I'm enough, right? I don't need to prove anything to myself or anyone else. And do I think men should go through a rite of passage? Absolutely, yeah. I think just to like, you got to go in the deep waters, right? If you want to lead men, or if you want to like shepherd a family or spearhead a family, like, yeah, you got to go through deep waters. You got to have some practice, right, with the tough stuff, So like, I think there's definitely a place for that. But to base your self-esteem and your worthiness on things like that, I think is inherently flawed, because I mean, like Jiu-Jitsu is such a great example. Like I'm seeing now, like, man, my body's breaking down now. Like, I mean, I'm not like a wreck or anything, but I'm in my 40s and I can't do the shit I used to do. I just can't do it. Like, I can still roll and have a few tough rolls, but I can't fucking roll twice a day. I can't do it. My body just won't take it. And I can't, like, when the young 22-year-old brown belt from Brazil comes to visit the gym, and like, I can't kick the shit out of him. I can't. I can't fucking do it anymore. And if I based my self-worth on that, like I used to, then when that gets taken away, then what am I? Who am I? Right? So, again, there's a paradox. Yeah, you got to kind of stay on your edge, but you can't let the edge define you, I guess.
Yeah, I guess I think of it almost like a lot of times like that's stuff I've experienced. Like, I'm not old, but I'm getting like 37. And, it's one of those things where I think jiu-jitsu sometimes it gives you a chance to play with some of these things, because maybe you win a medal, or maybe you beat this person, or like you said, maybe you roll, twice a day, you destroy everyone, and then maybe you get older or whatever. And then you realize that thing that you sort of, that piece of information that you gained about yourself that you used almost as a crutch for your self-esteem. And then when it gets kicked out from underneath of you, then you have to like figure out, well, is there something else that I've got going on? Was that it? Or is it, something that you, like you said, you shouldn't just base it on these things.
Yeah.
But
my first coach said something. He was such an interesting guy. My first real martial arts coach, it's a South African guy named Ludwig. I'll never forget it. He was one of those dudes, like, you could just tell, you looked in this dude's eyes and he was like the real deal. You know what I mean? Like he like, my one friend used to call him the wolf, because he had these like piercing eyes. He would look at you and you'd fucking just be like, wow, this guy's intense. And he was one of the pioneers of martial arts, of functional martial arts in South Africa. And, like, he said to me once, like, because I was always trying to get better, and I was like, I want to beat you and I want to be the best. And like, and he looked at me and he said, sorry guys, it's my little cat. He's just knocked.
That's okay. I have two of them that do the same stuff.
They're fucking, these little monsters are nuts. So he said to me, work on things that you can take with you when you die. And I never really understood what he meant, but over the years I've realized it's awareness, and it's connection with your higher self and connection with your spirit. Like, when you die, you can take that into the next life, or when you, I don't know, go to the next plane, whatever, that's yours forever. But your body, your jiu-jitsu skill, your money, your bank account, those things don't go with you. They just don't. Right? Now, again, there's an inherent paradox. When you're on the mat and you're struggling, and you're at that edge again, where you're at this place of discomfort and you want to give up, but you dig deep and you I don't know, like, find that deep resource within yourself, and you learn that thing about how you react under pressure. That is learning about yourself. That is something you can take with you when you die, right? Like, that is almost like, I used to call it like a deposit in your soul's bank account, right? When you like go through something like that. But the black belt, no, dude, or the metal or that stuff's not going with you. It's just not.